Okay, there's audio. Ooh. Hey, Mara. I needed some socializing. I needed some socializing bad. This crap's getting to me. Hi, Olivia. Oh, crap. I told my daughter I was going to call her and ask her something. Let me just tell her that I forgot. Hey, I forgot I was supposed to call you back. Hey, Pounder. And I'm live right now. I forgot. It's not urgent. I just needed to ask you some information for technical stuff from Josh. If he would help me with something I'm doing. But anyway, if you're still up later, I'll message you and see if you're up, and then I'll call you then. The cat's right here. The door's open. Oh, yeah. The door's open. She's playing. She talks to herself and runs laps back and forth through the fucking house. What is everybody doing? Oh. Weird news. What's the news? What happened? Oh. Oh. Son of a bitch. I was going to say I forgot my water, but I got it. I just don't have much of it. I finished the Bernie key holder. You did? I didn't tell her about it. Died. Who was your personal assistant? Hey, Zeusamad. I didn't see you. Dave who? Who is Dave? Is that somebody I should know? I don't remember anybody named Dave. Oh, the guy you talked about. How did he die? Ileana, go away. Okay, so like Pounder is in the he's in the field looking for he's in the market for a new assistant. If you live in Eastern Oregon, hit him up. Yeah, Screech died. Yeah, I saw that. And Screech, the one-hit wonder of the 80s and the 90s. Can you come on? Yeah. Let me see. Don't know. Let me figure out. I don't have any earbuds, so I won't be able. I can't do it without headphones. And I haven't done a panel in forever. I don't have any earbuds. I know for sure I don't, because the ones I had, Aaron used them and he broke them. I don't have any earbuds, dude. I won't be able to do audio. So they don't know? Yeah, he did porn. They don't know. Well, you can call me and I can just play you over the microphone. You want to do that and tell everybody what happened? Here, call me. You've got my number. Just call me. And then I can let you tell it over the microphone. See if everyone can hear you, you know. Cece, hi. Get away, Ileana. Quit it, baby. Hi, Harold. I'm way out of the loop. I've been offline. Hey, Shane.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you guys hear him? Hey, Shane. Let me see.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, that'll work. Tell us what happened. Give us the scoop.
Okay, this is a really weird story. So I don't know if y'all watch my videos, but I got a new shop assistant like in the summer last year in 2020. And this was just a guy who, he was deadly afraid of the COVID. And he just called me one day. He said, I ordered some shit from you and you never called me back. It was a custom order. So I figured you need help. Can I be your helper? And I said, yeah. You can be, am I still on?
Yeah.
He said, yeah. And this guy was amazing. So he was on the East Coast in North Carolina, so he could take my early morning calls because for him it was like noon. And he was really good with customers. And I was giving him like a 20% commission. I wanted to pay him for his phone calls, but I'll get to that in a minute. So all of a sudden about, late October, early November, I quit hearing from him and he wouldn't answer my text or emails or nothing. And I figured maybe I pissed him off or something. I mean, every time he'd sell something, I would pay him right away, but I don't know. He was super smart. He had a degree in communications, and he spoke fluent French, and my French orders went up a little bit. And we talked every day. He would call me am I still on?
Yes, you are.
He would call me in the morning and he would say, okay, Shane, I've heard from these customers. Here's what you need to concentrate on today. I mean, we were like best buds for a few months. And then all of a sudden, nothing. His sister called me 2 days ago. And she said that they found him in his apartment. He had died. And this was before Christmas. The obituary said that he just died in January, but I don't think that's true. And they don't know why. He was just dead. He was 57. He did have some medical issues, but we rarely talked about that. He was just like, really, he didn't like people as an apartment stuff. He wouldn't let anybody in.
Yeah.
And I sent him a phone one time so I could track his calls, so I could pay him for his calls, and he called me and said, I won't have anything to do with that thing that's plugged into the wall. That's not who I am. I'm like, okay, whatever. Wow. And then I didn't hear from him anymore, and I thought he was just pissed at me.
Yeah.
And he's dead. He had a couple of cats that lived in his apartment, and after he died, his water heater sprung a leak. And the cats were drinking that water, and there were complaints or something. He hadn't paid his rent, and so his landlord started inquiring, and they eventually sent the cops for a welfare check. And he was dead. He'd been dead for a long time.
Oh my God!
Like more than a month. From talking to his sister, I think it was more than a month. I feel that it was more than a month.
Well,
because she had tried to contact him before Christmas. The cat. He had a big bag of kibble, and they had pawed their way into it, and that's what they lived on. And the cats have been adopted out in the last couple of weeks. But she said that the apartment it's in such bad condition, not from him, but from him having died and the cat having, peed and pooped in there and had their way. And she said they had to, that she still can't get into it because he never listed anybody as a next of kin, not even his sister.
Ooh, well, and
they're having a celebration of his life over what's that thing y'all use?
Zoom. People use Zoom.
The Zoom, yeah, they're doing it over the Zoom on Sunday. I guess anybody's invited, but
yeah,
she was asking me because he was a kind of estranged. And I was the last person who actually had kind of a relationship with him.
You should look at your phone. Look at your phone. What? What?
Oh, I had mentioned him in my videos a couple of times. He wouldn't come on. We were working there, but we were working towards it, but he was, I don't want to give too much over the social.
Right, yeah.
He was not, he was kind of a private guy, but he was so funny and super. I remember the first time I learned to speak French. He says, he calls me up one morning, because every morning he'd call me around 10 and tell me what I needed to do. And He says, I have this guy on the hook. His name is Jomar. I go, oh, really? He goes, yeah, he's from Holland. He's really hot. And he says, I said, I talked to Jomar once. I couldn't understand a word he was saying. He goes, I know, man. He speaks French. And I speak French fluently. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. And he goes, he's hot. We get along great. And I've had a couple of good sales off. Then Jomar calls me about 2 weeks ago. He says, I cannot get a hold of Dave. And I said, I don't know, maybe he died of the COVID. I was just kidding.
Yeah. He may have.
And he was dead.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about the apartment was not good. When somebody dies and they are not found, the body has a way of permeating this fatty substance all over everything. Like everything gets covered in this residue. Well,
I just imagine there was a bed with a bunch of jelly in it. I don't know what that looks like.
And well, yeah, because you actually do end up rupturing, even if it's cold out. It still happens because the gases build up. But the decomposition releases. I only know this because of the work my mom and my aunt did when I was a teen. But it puts this. Not that they did clean one after it had been dead for a while or clean the home, but they had to learn about it for if they had to do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it puts this like layer of fatty residue. It's gross. Imagine rubbing vegetable oil or Vaseline all over something everywhere and leave it for a month. It's going to pick up every...
Well, I used to watch Bones. I mean, I kind of know what it looks like.
I've never watched that. Do they talk about that?
It was all about people that died and then sat for a long time. But
yeah, it's
the most bizarre thing. I mean, what do I say to his sister? His sister is like a PhD. What's funny is they didn't get along. His sister said they didn't get along really well with their parents at all. They had a horrible childhood. But they both have like really great college degrees. And I guess Dave, who they called Eagle was just kind of to himself for the last few years. And she's talking to me like I'm the only one that had really had a meaningful conversation with him in the last year. It might be. I had no idea that's what I was talking to. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was private.
That is really weird. That is really, really, really weird.
He said he had some health issues, which I knew, but he never really got into it. I don't probe him about it because that's his business.
Right.
And it was something with his adrenal gland or something like that. But he said he was afraid of getting the COVID and that he looked forward about twice a week. He got a box of wine. He ordered all of his groceries to be delivered. And he had a friend who lived below him. It was a 2-level apartment. And she would sit out on the lawn and have her meal, and he would sit out on the balcony and lower a chair down, and that's how he associated with people. He never got physically close because he was afraid.
Yeah.
Just really bizarre.
It is. That's strange. But I had a friend on Facebook for ages. I mean, like since the beginning, I think. And he drew cartoons. He had his own line of comic book stuff. And it didn't really take off, but he put a lot of work into it. And he was an amazing artist. And of course, he was on that Fiverr where you can hire him to do work for you and stuff. And he had his own website. And he was an actively working artist for that kind of stuff, illustrations and stuff. And he passed away. COVID. He posted one day, November. He posted that he didn't feel good, so he had to go get checked. And sure enough, he said, "Yep, I've got it." And then that was it until his sister updated, or his sister or cousin that he passed away.
So he got the COVID?
Yeah. And he was like, "Y'all wish me the best because I'm sick with it." And then he was dead. It was like no time. He was gone. And
his sister don't think he had the COVID because she can't find out because I don't remember if I said he did not list any next of kin, so they won't tell her shit because she has a different last name.
Right.
So she still don't know exactly why he died.
Wow, that's messed up. Well, I'm
I
sorry.
thought it was funny that they're reporting on his his eulogy or whatever they publish when you die in the paper.
Yeah.
That he died on the 11th of January, but that's not when he died.
Well, that's what they
doing that.
Yeah, they kind of have to,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand why they did
weird.
that.
I mean, he had talked to Sabina and I several times. We put him on the speakerphone. Hi, Sabina. I mean, he was almost like just a really good friend. Well, he was a really good friend. Just super weird.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I didn't know he had all those problems, but
right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's sad.
He was in the leather. He told me, he says, "You're not tapping the kinky folks over in England and Switzerland. There are a lot of kinky fuckers over there." He'd tell me, he goes, "And one of the reasons you're not," he would say, "Shane, and I have a degree in communications. Listen, you have everything in inches. They don't know what inches are over there. They deal in centimeters
and
millimeters."
Right.
So he went on my website. I gave him access, and he converted all the measurements into centimeters and millimeters and inches.
Cool.
And my sales went up a little bit over there, I have to admit.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, it's a shame he's gone now.
I know it. I feel really bad about it. I feel like I should have tried to call him more, but his sister wanted to know they're trying to pin down exactly when he died.
Yeah.
So she asked me when the last time I talked to him.
Yep.
And it was like October 20th or something. I didn't hear anything from him after that, but I didn't really try because I thought he was pissed off at me or something.
Right.
And when you meet people online, you only have what they give you. I had his phone number. That was about it.
That's it.
And he wouldn't do a video communication. He said, "I'm just not, I just don't do that."
Yeah.
But he sent me a lot of pictures of himself where he had photoshopped himself into like Bob Ross and a bunch of rock bands and guys in leather and stuff like that, just his face, and it was kind of funny. But I never actually had a video conversation with him.
Right. Well, hopefully you can find somebody else that can pick up that part of it because it worked for you on the East Coast. I would do it, but I'm just starting up my business again, so I'm going to be kind of busy.
Yeah, it worked. It worked really well. A lot of people liked him. I had no idea. I've had a few customers contact me. "Where the fuck is Dave? I've been trying to get a hold of him since like Thanksgiving." I go, "I don't know. I think maybe he died of COVID. He won't contact me."
Yeah.
So I feel really bad.
Well, you didn't kill him. You're good.
No, I didn't kill him.
So how's
I'm glad
the wife
adopted.
and everybody?
Since I got on that pill, I have 2 cats. And I can't bring myself to kill them. They just crawl up to me in bed. And
Who?
how can you kill somebody that sleeps with you?
Who are you talking about?
My cat.
Oh, the cat. Okay, I didn't hear that part. But how was the wife and the family?
Oh, Sabina's doing great. She continues to work her ass off. She has this couple that she takes care of that are in their 70s. And she really don't need that job, but we're all kind of attached to them.
Yeah.
And she doesn't feel like she can just stop. And
Right.
she doesn't look at it as work, really. But she loves her job. And church is really trying to woo us to come back, and we really don't want to come back.
Yeah.
Time is 9 p.m.
Yeah, thanks, babe. And Dylan is doing great. My granddaughter's fine.
Yeah.
Dylan has a new daughter, which is not his. His wife went out and had a something, and she has a new kid. But he's laid off right now. Kind of like the forest industry, but he'll be back on in a couple of weeks.
All right. You said Dylan's wife.
Oh, I know they're divorced, right?
Are they?
Yeah, they're divorced.
And they have another kid? I'm trying to follow. Yeah.
No. While they were just before they got divorced, she went and had another kid.
Oh, okay. But now they're back together.
No, yeah, I mean, what can you do? What his wife did was and they're divorced, but we still call her the wife.
Yeah.
She totally cut her mother off before Christmas, and their relationship has improved so much. He's not quite ready to get back together. He kind of wants to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But they're parenting together really well. I mean, they're doing a great job.
Good.
And so I don't know. She's still going to nursing school, and so she'll be a nurse here in another 2 years or whatever.
Good.
And we'll just see. Everly comes over here a couple times a week because my mother-in-law lives with us now, so she babysits so that Dylan's wife can work on her schoolwork.
Yeah. Oh, so Everly stays there now?
No, she just comes here to get babysat a couple times a week for a few hours.
I was like, that's awesome, but yeah, okay.
Well, the thing is that it'd be like, how can you? Christina, Dylan's wife, comes and picks her up, her ex-wife, and at first we wouldn't, she would just come and get her, and she would text us to bring her out to the car and stuff like that, and. I just told Christina one night, I said, look, I know you guys aren't married. There might be some hard feelings, but we got to get over it because we got this little grandkid to raise. And she just kind of got over it, and we are getting along really well. She came over for Christmas and Thanksgiving, and we had a great time as a family. And we didn't talk about, are you divorced or not? It just worked out really well.
Yeah. Well, good.
And now she comes over and comes in the house and stuff like that. So I think it's working out fine.
That's good.
Sabina said, we're not out to make enemies. Even if she pisses you off, just make it work. So
yeah, it's like the relationship she and your son had is between her and your son. And it's kind of hard to not get involved or have feelings about it. But what it comes down to is what they're dealing with is complicated. The best thing you could do to benefit everyone is to be there for them in whatever capacity.
She grew up with no man in her family, and she doesn't know what it was. Her mom, and she has different brothers and sisters, all by different mothers.
Oh,
they're all half. And there's like 10 or 12 of them. There's a lot of them. And so she was never taught that there was any need for a man in your life at all. It was the women, and that's I think why their marriage didn't work out, because Dylan would just bring home the paycheck, and she didn't have to work. She just had to concentrate on school.
Yeah.
But she'd never been in that position before. What, a man's going to bring home a paycheck? What's that all about?
Yeah, you live what you learn. If you are a certain way, a lot of the times it's because that's all you were shown. That's what you know, So.
Well, they help each other out. She got hit by a cement truck about 2 months ago. She had both the kids in the car, and she had a little Ford, Dylan calls it a Ford bucket.
A Focus?
A little Ford. And the cement truck, I think there was a lot of texting involved, but I can't prove it, plowed into the back of her, and it pushed her trunk into the back seat. She had both the babies back there, but they were in their car seats, and they didn't have a mark on them. They were just bright.
Wow.
And the cement company bought her a new car and paid for all her expenses, and Dylan took that car and bought a better car, and it almost was like a strengthening thing. They got along better after that incident.
It's because it kind of makes everyone involved see that this is bigger than just their spat or their differences. They could have died. That makes you look at everything differently. Your filter does change. I'm going to assume,
I'm glad about it. I can't bitch, except that I traded my truck to Dylan for 6 cords of wood, and he still has only given me 3, and now I'm out of wood. I'm having to use the electric heat, and that does piss me off. So I'm having his grandma call him and tell him that she's freezing to death because she don't have no wood. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Not that bad.
I almost bought some of those light bulbs today.
What's going on with you and Doug?
We're trying to still adjust to life with nobody here but me and him. I mean, because ever since
Isn't it weird?
That's a nice way to put it.
Empty nest.
It's awful.
Are the grandkids coming back ever?
No. Mm-mm.
That's really weird. What do you do with the extra bedroom?
It's my office. And then the extra bedroom, we're fixing up to be a guest room. We've got a bed in there, a dresser, a TV. It's painted. It's for if anyone should come and stay for like the weekend or something. They have somewhere that they're comfortable. It's got a bathroom. So, yeah.
I'll tell you what, Corey, I've been married 33 years, and empty nest is the hardest thing that we've ever gone through. And the only thing I can tell you is date your man. Just date him.
I don't even like him right now.
You all, no, I'm not saying go have sex. I'm saying
I'm not either.
Man.
I'm just saying I'm going through that.
Together once a month. Now that you probably should have a little extra money because you don't have kids, rent a motel. It's just a fun thing to do. Just date each other. That's how you keep it together.
We have been, but with the COVID thing, we really can't date. You know, we can't. A lot of places you can't go in and sit. Not that I would want to. I don't want to right now. But so the dating is not an easy one, but that's why we're kind of dedicating getting this room ready, which he painted. We had some of this.
That's a form of dating too. Take on a project.
Yeah.
Like we converted one of our bedrooms into a movie room. It took months, but we just kind of did that when we didn't have something to do.
Yeah. But like I'm going through the last couple of days of just not liking Doug at all. And I don't think he's real crazy about me. But today was better. When he got home from work, everything was fine, you know.
It's weird because you don't have a common thing to work towards.
Yes. When the kids grow up and move out, you start to realize, do you have something with this person, or were the kids all you had? Was that the reason? And everyone goes through it. Anyone who says they don't go through it's a fucking liar. Every relationship goes through it. And it's an obstacle. It's a barrier you have to work through because you've been so focused on kids. Even if they were older, they needed to go somewhere. You needed to wake them up in the morning. So, you were still a player and they were still your focus. And then
yeah, you don't have any grandkids or even close to you, right?
I have they're states away. They're way away. But like now we're going through it again, the empty nest again without the boys. And it sucks as bad this time as it did the first time. But we'll get through it like we did the first time. We just have to find.
It's really hard. I mean, if you get really desperate, you just take on a foster kid.
No, I don't want to be tied down to anybody or anything like that. We want to be able to just get up and go away for the weekend if we want to. You know what I'm saying? We just want to be able to.
You can, and there's a lot of freedom in that. And Sabina, now that her mother-in-law has moved in, it seems like she has more stuff to take care of. But that's what she wants to do, so I'm not going to discourage her from that.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing this thing where thrifting and reselling because I have found some amazing shit. And I could have sold and I didn't. I kept for myself, but it just showed me that there's still a lot of money to be made out there. It's doing something I already like to do. I already love to do it. Me and him both.
Well, you did that for years.
Huh?
You did that for a lot of years.
I did the pallets and I did the thrifting since 2006. And I did it off and on. But then life kind of came at me around 08, 09, and I had to stop for a while. And I'm getting back into it again, though. So
we will someday go down to Florida. Our favorite grandma just moved down there, so we're gonna have to go visit her. I guess she moved to
the Villages.
I don't know, not Fort Lauderdale. It's a smaller town.
Sunrise.
I don't remember. I'll find out and tell you. She lives down there, and we. Her her son is the pastor of the church that we're trying really not to go to. I had lunch with him last week, and he said he ain't going down there because she's cantankerous.
Cantankerous. She ornery.
No, she's just an old Southern broad, and she's hilarious. She's not cantankerous. She's a lot of fun to be around.
She's one of the.
Gin and tonic.
She's one of the
She
Goldie
wants
Girls.
one gin and tonic, made very specifically, and then she just wants to listen to your stories. Nothing wrong with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if we do come over that way, and you think we won't, you know, Corey, that my dad grew up in Jacksonville. That's where she's going.
She's going to. That's where I
My
live.
mother,
Asshole.
my grandmother had a missionary thing. She felt she needed to go talk to, and I'll probably get censored for this, but this is how she said it in her diary. She was ministering to the black children in Jacksonville. And she would go and she would get enough kids together and she would share Jesus with them, and then they would start a Sunday school and she would move on. And my dad grew up down there under that.
Yeah.
My grandpa had a cabinet shop. That's how they supported him. And then he came back, and then she went back to finish her mission work. And Dad said he don't think he would go back to Jacksonville. It's too humid. But he's got all these stories about crocodiles in his bathtub in the back and stuff like that.
That would be alligators.
Sounded like a good childhood to me.
Yeah. No, I love it here, man. I fucking love it here. I really do. And it does get humid as hell in the summer. Oh my God. But I've said it before, you get very acclimated to it and you process it way better. The first 2 years, you hate it. You're like, oh my God, I can't breathe oxygen. But then after that, you just start to where you're good. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah.
I know, Corey. We lived in Texas for about 9 months and I couldn't handle it. I remember I went swimming in Lake Grapevine and I got a rash between my balls. And I went to the doctor and he said, of course you got a rash between your balls. Where are you from? I said, Oregon. She goes, people don't move here from Oregon. We move from Texas to Oregon. I said, oh, okay. She was a big old black lady physician. She was one of the funniest ladies I ever encountered. She said, you go back to Oregon and the rash between your balls will heal up. Meantime, I'm going to give you some cream.
They got an app for that. Look, Harold said Pounder needs to do a live stream sooner than later.
A live stream? I don't even know how, Corey. It's been so long since I've been on a live stream. I don't even know how to do it.
Yeah. I do the streams.
Fun on those live streams.
Do what?
We had so much fun when you could just go on YouTube and have a live stream and have people on the panel.
People left. They went over to either they got sick of the bullshit, so they just left, or they turned into side chatters only, or they changed their name and they do other stuff, or they went to the dark side. I mean, everyone's gone, you know?
It's so weird because 3 years ago, we had like this banging community where every Friday and Saturday night, I would get a bunch of alcohol together and we would just shoot the shit.
We would have so much fun.
It would get us in trouble, well, especially me, but it was fun.
Yep. 2015, 2016, those were the absolute funnest. Full panels every single time. All these different personalities. It was just, that was so fun.
I still secretly watch Rosie, but I can't go on her side chat because of the cat killer thing. But I'm on medication now. I have 2 cats. I love them dearly, except when I want to kill them. But
that's going to come back on you there, buddy.
I have a lot of vet bills that I've paid to make sure these cats are. I have one cat that's super hyper, and one cat that's just like, don't touch me, but can I lay here? They're kind of funny. They have personality.
Can you see the screen? Can you see it? Can you see the screen?
Oh, I don't know. Let me look. Yeah, I can now.
See, that's my goddess Ileana.
Ileana?
Goddess Ileana. She's hilarious. She is just full of energy. She's my entertainment. She's not energetic.
I used to have no use for cats, but I'll tell you what. When I got a cat and I started taking the medication, I got a cat, and I got it quite by accident. But I thought, if I'm going to do a cat, I want to know everything I can about cats.
Yeah.
Because I really haven't spent any time learning about cats. So I got on YouTube and I looked up Jackson Galaxy. Are you familiar?
Looked up what?
Jackson Galaxy.
No.
Type in Jackson Galaxy. This is the cat guy. He knows so much about cats.
Me too. I've had them my whole life.
I never knew what kind of an animal a cat was, I guess. I always just consider them rodents.
Cats are
Something
assholes.
to be gotten rid of. But they're actually super smart,
Yep.
extremely individualistic.
Yep.
But through just being nice to the black cat, her name is Titty, but Vina likes me to call her Black Cat. Everly named her Titty because she couldn't say kitty. So when it comes to Titty, who's super hyper, if you just scratch her head, now she comes up every fucking morning, and I've got to figure out a way to stop this. She comes in my room and jumps on the bed and starts pawing my nose right about 8 o'clock every morning because she wants her damn food. My dog never did that.
Yeah, well, I've had cats. I don't remember when I didn't. I mean, I've had cats since I was, well, I always. My dad used to bring some home from the railroad if they were sick or hurt. And we'd make them well, then he'd take them back, shit like that. And of course, we had pets of our own that were, we had our own. I've always had cats. I've just always had cats, and they're not all the same by any means. They're not all the same at all. But
I haven't ever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Good night,
Hang on
Olivia.
a minute, 'cause I gotta pee, but I'll be right back.
Well, look, I've got to go because my phone's about to go dead.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you're on my phone and it's going dead. But I'll do a stream again. Look, I'll do a stream soon, and I'll have a headset, and then we can get on to get together and chat. Okay.
That'd be cool.
All right. Bye. He didn't say bye. I gotta plug this thing up. It started draining fast. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, so everyone's leaving. Don't leave. Ooh. What did I miss? Let me read everybody's stuff here, okay? Oh, I've read that. Okay. 3 months in the apartment. That's awful. Now, my aunt's husband, who she'd been divorced from for a long time, since I was a kid, like a long time, he did flea markets, and he had this van, and it was, it was full of the stuff he sold. And then he had switched over and started selling used tires. And he was staying in it as well, in the front seat. So they found him. My aunt told me about it, that they found Albert in the front of his, in his van. I was like, what do you mean they found him? He was dead. He was sleeping behind the flea market or something like that. And he was in his van. He was dead with all those damn tires piled in there in that van. And he'd been dead a while. I was like, oh, God. So there's that. So I think it happens, I had another Facebook friend named Corey Gilligan. Not Gilligan, but Gilligan. His name was Corey. His sister found him I believe, no, it was his mother. His mother found him. He was in his apartment. He was sitting in his chair dead. I don't think he'd been dead long. But how have I been? I've been dealing like the best that I can. And by dealing, I mean, you know, with this staying in too much. And by dealing, I mean eating a lot and not exercising because I can't go anywhere. But I have finally gotten the eating down at least. But even though I'm not eating like I was, I'm still not getting out. So I'm not burning the calories I'm eating. But that's okay. It'll all come together. It's not worth the risk to go to the gym or anything. Now, once they give this vaccination to everybody and I can get mine, the first and the second, still wear my mask, obviously, and I'll consider doing the gym. I'll consider going to the gym because I need it. The only problem I've got is going to the gym, you're working out and you're really breathing a lot. But the mask, that's where I'm at. And of course, I'll keep a little pouch of sanitizing wipes on me. So every time I go to a machine, I clean that fucker down. I'm sure they already have the wipes there, but if they don't. And but that's how I'm doing. Just, dealing. We've been dumpster diving and haven't found a fucking thing, except one thing. We found a hand truck. I couldn't believe somebody threw this thing away. We found it like not even a week ago, or right at a week ago. And I said, as we pulled up to it, we hadn't found anything. The dumpsters had already they had already come and got them all. So they were empty, except for like 2 or 3. And we got to this one, which was one of them little shorties that goes like up to here. It's not big at all. And on top of it was clearly a hand truck, a dolly. And it was one of those heavy duty ones, right? And Doug went, "Is that a hand truck?" I went, "That's a hand truck." So when we pulled up, I got out and it was laying on top of the pile with the junk, the trash in the can. And I grabbed it and I was like, I'm not even going to look. I'm just taking it because Doug Metal Works. He can fix anything wrong with it. It was perfect, except for one thing. The tires were blown. And he said they must have kept pushing it after the tires went flat. It has them big, fat fucking tires on it too, not those little rinky dinks like Home Depot shit. But these are like fat tires. And it has that thing where it breaks down and can roll flat. I don't even know what they call that kind. And I didn't ask Doug. But you unhook, like you hit a clicker in there and it brings it down so that it's rolling on 4s and it's got a handle. So you can move like large items flat. It's nice. And it has a 900-pound capacity. What? So we get it home, look at it. There's nothing wrong with it. It looks like brand fucking new. No rust, no nothing. The tires are bad. They threw it away. I looked it up online tonight, $300. I was like, really? Really? It still has the SKU on it, the sticker that you can scan. I scanned it and I found the exact one. I could not believe somebody threw that away. And this other thing somebody threw away. You know the restaurant rolling shelving, the silver rolling shelving, the racks, heavy duty quality with the big fat tires that lock. Look at this. Look at this beast. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelf. So 5 shelf. Get over here. The fuck. I looked this up online. This is $300. That's low end. And I looked up the company and everything. They just threw it away. Just laying out there by the trash cans. And I was like, we're going to wait a couple days and see if it goes away. Or, I don't want to take it. It looks too good. It's too nice. The bottom of it had dirt, like grease and dirt. Like they had stored car parts on the bottom shelf. I don't know. But it was still there. So we took it. And we didn't like rush. We took our time. We loaded it up on the top, and it was clearly trash. And yeah, it was out there with some other trash stuff that was obviously trash. And Doug said the same thing as me. It looked like somebody brought that there and dumped it illegally, like personal item, you know. But this thing is fucking nice. So, and it's huge. It goes way over. It's really big. So you're back. Oh yeah, shelves are also, and then these here, we got a shit ton of those. Somebody threw those out. It looked like they were redoing their like garage or whatever, and they threw out a crap load of these. I think that's where those came from. We got more of them in the hallway. Doug just cut them down to fit, and got the brackets, you know, to mount them to the wall for shelving, and they're clean. They're perfect. They're not gross. They're not dirty. So there's that. Yeah. There's a lot of money to be made in the stuff people throw away, honestly. But for starters, the stuff that I'm going to need to sell the stuff those people throw away. And we're going to keep our eyes open for yard sales, like on the last day. Go to the yard sale right before they're done and see if it's worth it, and then offer them, you know, one flat price for everything. Because most of the time, whatever they don't sell, they don't want to drag it back in. They don't want to stick it on the, you know, online to sell it. And they usually don't even call to have anyone come pick it up, because the list for waiting, you know, we can have the Goodwill people come out and pick it up, or the Salvation Army next week. Well, that means they got to drag it all back inside again until next week. So they throw it on the trash. So if we offer them money instead, we'll get dibs on it and get all the good shit. So there's that. Yeah, we've got a lot of ideas we're going to put into play to get the goods, and only the goods. This is not private. No, this is open. Why? That's like our bakery used for unsliced bread. See, this is when I looked it up online, because it's got the model and all that on there and the company name. It's for restaurants. Restaurant suppliers sell this. And it's pretty awesome. It's definitely not trash. This thing is solid. I've got like a mountain of shit on there right now, and this thing ain't even budged. So there's that. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of videos of people thrifting and reselling, and I was like, I really want to start doing that again. Yeah, I really do. And of course, when taxes come in, I'm going to get at least one pallet, maybe more. Maybe more. My mother-in-law moved in. Can we talk? Sure. Where's I at? Oh, but this time we're going to get shelf pulls only, not a mix. I'm not going to try to get a mix of like shelf pulls and returns, even though we did fine with those. We ended up with a lot of seasonal shit, a lot of heaters in the summer, you know, which I'm actually using one right now. We didn't even take it out of the box until 3 days ago. I've had it since the pallets that we bought in 2016. And this thing works amazing. It's one of them little circular deals. One of these. And for it to be so small, it packs a punch. So she's 81. I'm focusing, but I'm also talking to the people in the chat with you. Oh. And all right, well, tell me. Because ain't nobody moved in here. I got 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a living room, and a big ass kitchen all to myself. Doug, but he don't count. He stays in the room when the end of the day. He makes dinner. He watches TV and he goes to bed. She wears diapers. Oh. I want to wear diapers. I hate having to get up and go to the bathroom. It hurts my knees. Can I wear diapers? Well, when I get old, that's just one of those bonuses. Bonus diapers. Wah! All right, you talk and I'll paint my nails. We have had to get an additional trash can. Yeah, you got to get one of those like diaper genies, but for big diapers. Yeah, you got to have that diaper pail. If you go to websites for convalescent care, you can get all that shit. Look online too, because I hate to say it, but when old people pass away, they have these convalescent items that they've got to get rid of, and those are not cheap. That's what she thinks. She is ambulatory. Oh, really? I'm missing. I had this in a way more better color, and I don't have it anymore. I don't know where I got it, where it went. It's purple. I don't want purple. She just don't want to go to the toilet. Oh, so she's just being lazy. You don't got to stop. Get her one of those mobile potties. It sits right by her bed. Right by the bed. And you put a little toilet mint in there. Like they put in or you can put like a deodorant liquid. They have that too. Into it with a little water. And when she gets up in the middle of the night or whatever, she used the bathroom, it doesn't smell up real bad because you've got the water and the deodorizer in there. Because when you, there's a lot of people that aren't older. They're just, incontinent or incapable of using the bathroom like they should, that are just like mentally handicapped and have that issue as well. And they use those for them too. So yeah, keep talking, Pounder. I'm listening. I'm listening too. I'm responding to him. Y'all don't hate. But yeah. So you can actually hold on, in those potties. A lot of times you can just find them fuckers on the side of the road because people throw them away. Here's what, no, that one's a baggie. No, fuck, that's disgusting. Never mind. Hold on. Portable. Here we go. Look, Walmart, $33. Pro Basics, $27. And they sit right by their bed. You can put it right by their friggin' bed, man. Hold on. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't like really want to pee or poop myself. I was just making a joke. But yeah, that's not good. Well, tell her she can't. Don't put one on her. Don't put a diaper on her. Don't let her wear one. What has she got? Like those pull-up things? Like the slip-on for incontinence? This isn't the right shade of red for me. This is all wrong. My mom had a guy she took care of named Thomas, and he was incontinent, supposedly. But my mom potty trained him. He was grown. A grown-ass black man. And he wouldn't put his own seatbelt on. He wouldn't put his own coat on. He wouldn't put his shoes on. So she got him the Velcro shoes and said, do it yourself. If you want to go get ice cream, you do it yourself. And he did, and he was non-verbal. He had spoken up until he was like 14 is what they said. But then he just stopped speaking. They don't know if something happened, if somebody hurt him, but yeah, she potty trained him. He put his own coat on. He put his own gloves on. He put his own seatbelt on. She was like, you're not going bye-byes until you put your seatbelt on. You're capable. You're just not even trying. Because as soon as he would need to do something, he would just flop his arms down and stare at my mom. And then she had convinced him that I was his sister. So whenever she would come to Amtrak to get me, when I'd go visit her, she'd go, there's your sister. Go give your sister some love. Thomas come running across the train platform. I was like, what the fuck? She was like, that's your brother Thomas. You slided by the Repub comment. I love you, Corey. Yes, pull-ups to the tune of one fucking trash can every 2 weeks. $20 a can. Wait a minute. I didn't see. Oh, stop. Yeah, we're not doing politics. I've had all I can take of it. It's nice and quiet and calm and non-dramatic now. I love it. I get my entertainment elsewhere. If I take her to breakfast, she moves remarkably fast. She can't go out for breakfast until she puts on her big girl pants. That's all I can say. I mean, but at 81, if she's incontinent, she just needs an incontinence pad. She doesn't need to wear a freaking pull-up or something. But that's for her doctor to decide. I mean, if there's like medically determined that she's incapable, then that's one thing. Yeah, but I've seen my mom work with mentally handicapped adults that were capable, but they were from a group home where they didn't make them try. They just said, this is the way it is, and this is how we're going to treat it. My mom would come in and go, no, you're not. These people are adults, and they can do it. Their hands aren't broken. Their arms aren't broken. I've watched them color in the lines. I've watched them do a lot, and they are capable of doing these things for themselves. And they would. She would make them do it. You think she's faking? I mean, she may be. I don't know her, and but if there's like a medical thing already issued that she has an incontinence issue, but maybe she just has a fetish, like you said. Oh, this is so not my color. This is the wrong red. I used to wear a majestic ruby that I got from Sally's Beauty Supply back in 1988. And if I could find that again, I'd be happy. Now, after me and Doug got together and we had a couple kids, I happened to be at Sally's Beauty Supply and thought, I'm going to see if they've got that color. And I found it. They only had one bottle. I bought that shit. I was like, they've got it. See, that's not my color. That is like way red. Like blood. Bloody fingers. I'm so pasty. See, I'm anti-socialized. See what it says? Oh, she colors all day. Lots of books, lots of colors. Ruby is too bright for my fair complexion. Same with mine. But when I was working at the convenience store, I was always pale. I've always been very pale. But I would wear that majestic ruby. It was like deep, like blood. It was really beautiful. And my nails were really long. This is crap. My nails were really long. And I would give people change. And oh my God, I used to get so many compliments. They were like, God, your nails are gorgeous. I'm like, you're a dude. And you're old enough to be my dad. Don't do that. Don't say things like that. That's bad. Don't say that. Don't look at me. Close your eyes. Look the other way. Don't look at me. I'm not too drunk, but I still have sausage fingers. I do too. Well, no, I really don't have sausage fingers. I got my mom's hands. See, I could paint that hand, but I can't paint that hand because it's the wrong hand. I'm thinking of doing a video where I put my makeup on with the wrong hand. I saw someone had done that and it was funny. Some chick did it. It's an old video. I saw it, but I just saw it. Some girl did it and it was she wasn't a big channel. She just did it and it was a mess. And I thought, God, I wonder if I could do that. And I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I'll do it on video and we'll find out together. I tried nail polish. I got nothing but crap. I got these. These are cool. Do you see that? Do you see that right there? It's white. It changes color to that, like a mauve color. How freaking awesome is that? See, this one is that real pretty green. and it changes to black in the sun. It changes from that to that in the sun. That's kind of neat. Okay, I did that. But if I try to do this hand, it's going to be a flipping joke. I should have put on some hand. No, I can't put on hand cream first because I won't be able to get the nail polish on right. Your mom's blutter mesh fell. Oh, no. I know about that. I know all about that. I've got a friend whose daughter had that done. That little hammock thing, that mesh that keeps it from, the sag. I haven't gotten that far yet in life, even after having 3 kids. Thank goodness. I thankfully have not gotten to that point where I need to have a mesh thing put on my pee bag. Thank goodness. Like I say, I got a friend whose daughter, very young daughter, had to have it. She was born with something wrong with her bladder. So, and then another person I know had her bladder pinned, but not the mesh thing. It was something else. I don't remember what it was. So when you're talking about your mother-in-law, you can just say Mill, I-M-L. I mean, M-I-L. Yeah, now she is super cranky. Are they going to fix it? Because it's really, pretty basic. That does happen. It does happen. And I think one of my relatives had that done too. I think that's the procedure she had done. Plim tea. I thought you just smoked weed now. Look like you drunk it, think. Oh God, my nose is itching right there. I wanted to go trashing tonight. I went trashing the other day. We were already out and I was like, let's swing by these cans and see if they've thrown anything like shelf pulls or whatever. So there was a bag. Oh, did a video. I was so mad. Plenty of water. Gotcha. Okay. There was a bag. There were 2, but I could only reach the one, and it was like a big silver, like a foil insulated bag. Huge. So I pull it over thinking it was just full of products. Slam full of these bags of water. And I went, no. And each of them had like a sticker on it with a scan mark, a little scan SKU thing. And the name. Beta, Bala, Bela Shark. These were a freaking PetSmart shipment, whole shipment, slam full of fish that had died before they got them. I was so mad. And they put them in the dumpster. What else are they going to do with them, obviously? But the point being, I don't like supporting these big pet stores like this because that's what they fucking do. They get these fish. They come from as far away as sometimes California. And the fish don't make it. How can they make it? Of course they don't. Huge bag, completely full, all of them dead. Don't give up, Pounder. Corey and I are listening. Don't give up. I'm listening. Oh, your mother. Okay. No, yeah, I heard you say your mother. I was just saying that when it reminded me to say, if you're talking about your mother-in-law, just say Mill so we could tell between the two. Because I noticed that you said mom on that one, your mother, I can't do the panel because I don't got no earbuds. And I can't do the audio because it'll feedback. You know how it works. All right, so I did that hand. It actually didn't turn out terrible, shockingly, because I'm right-handed, so that was fine to do this hand. But this hand? No. Anyway, I hate Mew. Okay, I draw the line at fish. What is that? What do you mean you draw the line? I did a video. It pissed me off so bad. I was like, yeah, look what I just found in this dumpster, an entire shipment. Because I've seen where people would dumpster dive. This was a couple years back. And they would find, what was it? Oh, a box, the little transport boxes with a lizard inside, alive. They threw away a lizard that was alive. And when they went into the store to complain about it, they were like, oh, it was dying. We were told to dispose of it. It was dying? It won't fucking dead. But anyway, it didn't make it. They took it to a vet. They did all they could. The lizard didn't make it. But it was a big lizard. It wasn't one of them little, it doesn't matter, big or small, But these pet stores, and it was PetSmart or Petco who did that. They just don't, man, they don't care. They don't care. Hey, my mill, but I have the wife. She has ordered me to comply and love her. Oh, you hate your mother-in-law. Oh, you don't hate her. She just complicates things. It's different. Well, look on the bright side. You don't have an empty nest anymore. Don't hit me. But, we were fixing to buy a place and go against everything we were trying to do, which was live small. We were going to sell everything, the RV, this place, whatever we had. And we were going to buy this property that's not far from here. And it has a double wide and then just slightly over because the yard's pretty big. It's like an acre and like 1.4 acres. It has a single wide. And I was like, we're totally going to have to do something because my mom and dad can't live alone. My mom's never going to recover from this accident, but surprisingly, she's recovered. Can't believe it. I didn't. I saw a video where someone did that PetSmart or Petco had thrown in the trash and it wasn't even dead. They just threw it away. And it was summertime, so it was really hot out. I remember that. I saw this video years ago. I'm sure it's still on there. But anyway, yeah, so thankfully my mom recovered. Not thankfully because now I don't have to take care of her, but I mean, Doug and me were down. He was like, call, find out about the house, see what you need to do to get us approved, whatever you got to do, we'll get it. And before I had the chance to do anything, my mom was like, I'm fine. Your dad's not going to leave. We love where we're at. And I'm like, yeah, Mom, but you're never going to get well from this. This is going to be an issue for you forever. You're always going to have, she said, then I'll deal with it. But Daddy doesn't want to leave. I said, fine. So long as you know that you have an option and you don't have to move into a bedroom, you can have your own place. Even if we got to get somewhere with a garage and convert it into an apartment for them, they'll have their own home, So she knows she has options because none of my sisters can do it. They don't have it. They don't have the option, they just don't. So I have a downstairs room that smells like a cat box. So change the cat box. If it was up to this one, it would smell like a cat box and everywhere. Meow, meow, meow. Come on, kitty, meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Illy, illy. Look, Mama. Look, Mama. Kitty. What are you freaking out about? Stop it, Mama. Stop it, Mama. Oh. Mama. Hi, honey. She's great. She goes into the bathroom with me every night when I take my shower, every freaking time. And she sits on the top of the cabinet above, like beside the shower, and above it, there's a basket. And she sits in the basket and just watches me take a shower. And then she follows me out. We sit and watch some TV. When I go to bed, she goes to the bedroom. She gets up at the foot of the bed and lays at my feet, and she sleeps there all night. She's like a loyal dog. This cat's fantastic. I fucking love her. But when she pees in Kitty Girl's cat bed, it pisses me off. She's got this thing about pissing in Kitty Girl's bed, and Kitty Girl's the one that's blind. I am going to burn, I know, cute cat. Let's talk about what? Both my cats like to watch me poop. No, my cat, now Saucy, my Chihuahua, she'll go in the bathroom with me and she'll sit at my feet with her back to me and just stare at the wall straight ahead while I'm on the toilet. And I'm like, you're so brave. You're so brave. Yeah, she does that. Mm. Oh, I want to share this real quick, you guys. I'm not looking at this the page right now. Okay. I don't know. Cats are weird. Cats are super freaking weird. My hair's getting on my nerves. I combed, I don't brush it, I combed it. I combed my hair. We went to the store. I had to wear my sweater. This sweater right here. This is my shit right here, right? So I'm wearing my sweater and my hair starts going. This is before we left, actually. We hadn't even left yet. And I was like, yeah, no, that ain't going to work. So I've got like all these different serums and oils that I use for my hair. And I've got some of the oil from one of them. And I just fed it through my hair. I thought, it'll calm it down. Instantly. Straight, I was like, nope. So that was annoying. So the whole time we were at the store, my hair looked like somebody was electrocuting me. It was freaking awful, man. They get super affectionate, rubbing me. As soon as I wipe, they... I don't know. Goofy, man. Who has filed their taxes? Everybody filed their taxes? Everybody, as in any of you 5 people watching? Because one of them is me. I got the page open for quality assurance. I just filed ours today. I can't complain. Because, the second stimulus is getting attached to our taxes. So, yeah, they're coming with it. And right. I don't get to burp too much these days. I don't drink any carbonated drinks, and I don't drink alcohol. So, Illy, stop it, mommy. Stop it. When are you going to do your taxes? Well, you have to do your business and everything. See, next year is when I'll have to do mine. But you got to keep in mind, well, you won't because you have an established name and everything. But like, you can claim your losses on a new business for the first 3 years. So if you change your business name and your business, focus, every 4th year, like 3 years, and claiming, like say with what I'm doing, every camera that I buy, every computer, printer, paper, pens, thumbtacks, corkboard, everything that I use for my business goes right on there. And we did that for years when I was doing the eBay before. Our tax girl taught us this. We didn't even know about it. And every 3rd year, change your business. it's a new business again. For 3 years, you get to write everything off. After that, do it again. You just write everything off. And it's legal. It's legal. And what is it? What is that thing that they always said about playing the tax system? Oh, finding a loophole. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's a loophole. So, my license will always be the same, I believe. But the actual name we go under will not. Unless we just have to get it. Yeah, we have to get a new tax ID every time for it to count. So we'll probably do that. Depressed about the government. Why? Oh, God, I don't want to do politics. I really don't. I really don't want to do politics. Do you know, me and Doug were talking a while back, and it gets brought up every now and then that hold on, let me figure out a way to start this so it doesn't go weird. Society now is constantly looking for extreme sports, the thrill of this, the thrill of that. Crazy. If you look at cooking videos from 10 years ago compared to now, even like 15 years ago compared to now, it's extreme. There's like crazy hot pepper stuff, and like it's not just a stunt, it's a trend. Crazy like chocolate covered bacon and shit. It's like people are constantly looking for some stimulation. And I think, and Doug thinks it's because we live in a society now where everything's right there. Do y'all remember, I know y'all remember, the excitement when the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, when that would come on once a year, and you looked forward to it. You got your bath, you got your popcorn, and you was laying in front of that TV waiting for it to come on. And the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, I mean, all of those. And the Wizard of Oz came on once a year, and you looked forward to that. And when your favorite TV show was coming on, you were ready to watch it at 7 or 8 o'clock on the dot when it came on. We live in a society now where every fucking thing is at our fingertips. Like we don't have, there's no excitement. Yeah, we're looking for instant gratification because the excitement and the thrill of the anticipation of something we enjoy is gone. It is gone. You can get your food delivered, even if the place you want to eat at doesn't deliver. Call Grubhub, call Uber Eats. You know, it's right there. You can watch The Wizard of Oz anytime you want. You can stream it. You can buy the DVD. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, all of those. There's no more excitement. You don't have to wait for your favorite show to come on CBS, NBC, or ABC because you can TiVo it. And now we're even past that where you can stream it anytime you want to. You don't even got to remember to record it. You just go to it and play it online. We have removed all excitement. We have removed all anticipation of just the joy of things that we can look forward to. We don't fucking look forward to anything as a society anymore. Everybody's numb. And they wonder why depression's up for what, how many years now? I don't even remember. We saw a study about it, and that's when we were talking about it, was because the depression study. And I was like, well, I mean, what can cause you to be depressed? And then we were talking about that. And I said, yeah, but aside from trauma or just chemical imbalances, you know, lack of this or that. But hey, I'll be sitting right here at 9:30 when the market opens. AMC to the moon, baby. What are you talking about, Jeffy? But do y'all agree that it's got something to do with that? Like, there's there's no politics is like that. So many people who just react. Nobody takes time to thoughtfully respond. I look forward to ice skating almost every Tuesday. Now, see, that's something, even that though, you can catch it on stream. You don't have to watch it right then. Like if you're like when you would call somebody, if they didn't answer the fucking phone, you didn't talk to them. And then we got to the point where you could leave a message on their cassette recording machine. And then we had the digital recording machine. So we advanced in the technology, but the idea was the same. And then we got to where we could check our messages from somewhere else. You just call in and check our messages. So we gradually removed the anticipation and the excitement and the joy of hearing from someone or catching them because, then we eventually got to where we're carrying our fucking phone around with us. Or you could forward your calls. We went through that. You could forward all your calls. I'm going to be at my mom's for the weekend. I'm going to have all my calls forwarded there. So it got easier and easier. There was no excitement or anticipation. You knew you were going to get a hold of them, or they would get a hold of you, until we're finally just toting our phones around with us. And for a while, it was just, the rich people or the ones who were lucky to have that through their job, big bulky ass phone, and that was the shit, and movie theater. Yeah. Right. The hedge funds are betting against them. They want them to fail. So where's I saying? Oh, with the phones, now we're all toting the phone around. So there's none of that, Hey, is Shane home? No, he's out. All right. Will you tell him that Corey called and tell him to give me a call back? It's not important. I just wanted to see how he was doing. None of that. None of it. And now when you call somebody and they don't answer, it's because they don't want to fucking talk to you most of the time. You got the fucking phone on you. You are carrying your phone. You're home, bitch. And even if you ain't home, your phone's with you. So a lot of times I don't even get my calls because of my signal. Inside, my signal's never good. Last night I got a good signal, which I was shocked. I was like, hey, I got a signal. So I went ahead and called you. And then, of course, tonight, Pounder called me and my signal was good. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know. Usually when it's humid, I know it's terrible. I don't know if it has anything to do with it. But anyway, I got 380, says no fail. I pay $70 a month for a Polycom system. I can forward yours to Walmart. I don't know what you're saying there, Shane. Well, that's what me and Doug think it is. We've become a society that is constantly pushing the envelope because the common human trait of wanting that excitement, that trigger, that joy, that anticipation that comes to fruition, it's gone. We don't have it anymore. So we look forward to the anticipation and excitement of getting a new phone that we're not going to fucking answer anyway. We're going to just text. We're going to talk on the phone and food. Me and Doug were saying tonight, like I told him, I was like, yeah, my sense of smell is shot. I can't smell. I haven't been able to smell much of anything in a while. It's coming back. It's better than it was. But my sense of taste, if it's not severe, extreme taste overkill, I can't taste it. For a while there, it was just a depression thing when all this pandemic shit was going on and I was staying in and things didn't taste, things didn't smell, things didn't feel, like pain didn't feel. My sensations were dead. And then I was reading that a lot of people were going through that. I know that one of the symptoms of having COVID is you lose your sense of smell, but I didn't have it or nothing like that. It just happened to be that's also something you go through when you're going through emotional shit. So Gray have to go to bed and rub Sabina's back or fear having no breakfast. All right, yeah. Tell Sabina hi, and tell your mother-in-law to change her damn diaper. Yeah, we'll have a panel soon. I'm gonna get a new camera and the new earbuds. Yeah, definitely, because my camera's got a little scuff going on there. I don't like it. Oh, good night, Shane. I don't know. It just seems like this is the new norm. The desire to just find, and it makes you make choices that are not good. I mean, not me. I mean, anybody could. I mean, you got people risking their lives for that thrill with something extreme, or, whatever. I mean, give me an example. I'm sure you can think of something, but I'm just waiting for people to start robbing banks and shit just so they can have that thrill back in their life. I don't need the money. I need the thrill, I just need the thrill. Shoplifting. And when you get out the door, oh, that was thrilling, that kind of thing, and I'm sure that's probably already happening. I don't go out enough to know, but I'm sure that's probably one of those triggered emotions of just the excitement that you don't get any fucking where else. Like my kids, their generation, they can remember anticipating something great, because things weren't always at their fingers. I mean, it was accessible, but we were not wealthy. And it was when people had to be well off to have that shit, or it was part of their job or whatever. But good night, Shane. But yeah, so Shane, before you go, if you can still hear me, I got another baby due soon, another grandbaby very soon, very soon. She's 36 weeks right now. And she'll know in a couple of days if they are taking the baby at 37 because of preeclampsia. At 60 and 20 years at not ice skating feels a little risky. See, but that's what I mean. The thrill, that we miss in other stuff. I mean, like food doesn't even excite me anymore. I just eat. I don't know why. I just eat and eat and eat. Thankfully, not every day, but at night when I'm up late, and I'll be slammed full. I'll be stuffed. And I'll go in there and eat again. And then I'll go, And the thing that what kills me is I have to have something like, I want something sweet. Super. It's got to be extremely sweet or I ain't going to taste the shit, right? So I eat something sweet. 10, 15, 20 minutes goes by. I need something spicy or salty or tangy. And it's just constantly alternating. It's the taste buds. It's not because I'm hungry. It's me looking for that that triggered thrill, I guess, or that, I don't know, whatever we're missing in regular life, but like Aaron and Jack, their generation will never understand the excitement of waiting for something to come on that you've waited all year to see. They'll never get it. I get the munchies. See, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do anything. You would think with what I'm talking about and the fact that I've put so much, me and Doug have had so much conversation about it. We do that. We just start talking about random shit like that and we kind of put our input into it. But you'd think I smoked or drank. Now I go out of my way. Like I told Doug the other day, I go out of my way to not put myself in a position where I know I could probably go off the wrong end. I know with the way that I've been feeling, the depression coming and going during this pandemic shit and being stuck inside and not feeling good to go out and interact, that if I were to take a drink during the time while I'm down, like I could have a drink as long as I don't do it when I'm down. Or if I smoked weed, I'd go off the end. That would be it. I would be constantly trying to find that sweet, that spicy, that tangy, like with the food. And it would not be good. So self-regulation is super important, especially when you're stuck inside with no one around and there's no one to help you regulate. You have to self-regulate. So I don't open my laptop a whole lot. I think in the past week, I've opened the laptop more than I've opened it since the pandemic began. I've been doing everything on my phone. How can anyone not get excited over a peach Snapple? I don't know. That's just it, you know. We're all looking for something. Doug said food doesn't taste, smells don't smell. I told him, I was like, I stubbed my toe and I welcome it. I'm like, that felt really good because I felt it. And we was laughing. I was like, that hurt so bad, but I felt it. I felt it. It hurt, but it hurt good. So I'm seeing all the signs, and I'm not the only one. When I saw this list of, what did they call it? They called it quarantine something. It was an article and then a video. And it said that they had a list of all the symptoms for this quarantine fatigue. That's what they called it. That's what it was. And I told Doug about it. And I said, oh, I saw an article today about quarantine fatigue. And this is when I'd had like 2 weeks solid of just being a mess. I was a mess. I was just a mess. It was too cold to go outside and even enjoy my porch. It was too cold to do anything. And so I was literally stuck in. And the boys hadn't been gone long. Actually, they had been. They'd been gone about 2 months at that point. But I told him they have a list of the symptoms. And Doug went, and you've got every one of them, right? I went, I've got every fucking one of them. And I had every one of them. But it almost helped me to know that it had a name. And that I wasn't just depressed. I was literally feeling the effects of effectively handling the pandemic. I'm following the guidelines and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And a lot of the people that are suffering through quarantine fatigue are also the ones that are doing what they're supposed to do. The people that aren't doing what they're supposed to do, they're like, I don't know, I haven't had any quarantine fatigue. And then there are those that are just angry because they can't go out to eat, or they can't get with friends because the friends are like, yeah, dude, there's a pandemic. I'm not getting together for the weekend. We're just not trying to die. And so they get angry. Yeah, but that's not us. We, fight or flight syndrome. I don't know. But I had, let me see if I can't find the list. And I was like, wow. It's not been easy. And then when you add that the boys were gone at the same time, and that was fucked up. Okay, feel intense, irritable, or anxious, which these all come and go. It's not like steady, changes in eating and sleeping habits. Got you there. Loss of motivation or reduced productivity. Yes. Now, over the last couple of days, I had an explosion with Doug. I just completely let loose on him. And every motherfucker you can think of. He screamed at me. I screamed at him. He hit the wall. He slammed the doors. I slammed the doors. We had a day of peace where we didn't speak to each other. And now we're fine. And I went in there and started cleaning my kitchen and, pulling everything off the counters and wiping. I started it like I needed that. I had a full-blown panic attack a little over a week ago over a phone call. Lost it. I couldn't stand. I couldn't breathe. And I told Doug, I think I'm having a panic attack. He was like, you're having a panic attack. You're definitely having because I'd never had one. I'd had those quiet ones where you just kind of keep it to yourself. This was a bad one. And after it was gone and over, Doug said, I think you needed that. I think you really needed that. I said, I know I needed that. He said, well, in about a month, you need to do that again. I was like, no, that was not fun. That was scary. My chest hurt. I told him, I think I'm having a heart attack is what I think I'm having. My chest is killing me. It just felt like something was folding my chest in half. It was awful. I have HMBs to take care of that. Expensive stuff, but it works. Otherwise known as stress hormones. Racing thoughts. Like I say, it comes and goes, It's not a consistent all day, everyday thing. Interpersonal conflict, yes. And social withdrawal. Well, the social withdrawal, we don't have a choice because we're quarantined. So, but because I live alone, just me and Doug, it's really severe for me. And that's why my name on here is anti-socialized. And that's why I'm actually doing this. Because I need to socialize. And I know that. So I'm socializing. Because wellness is key here, you guys. Wellness is key. Because if COVID doesn't kill you, then this situation will kill you or your relationships or your frame of mind, I guess. But I'm coping. I can't say that I'm coping amazingly well, but I'm coping better than a lot of motherfuckers out there. I mean, I wear my mask anytime I go in anywhere. If I go into a convenience store to grab my tickets for the week, if we're already out to the grocery store, so I go into a convenience store and get my tickets. I go to one that's like nobody hardly ever goes into. I quit going to this other one because it's always full of people. And I started going to these other two. This one is almost always empty. I still wear my mask. I don't give a shit how empty it is. I still wear my mask. But, yeah. And I got to get a test. I got to get a COVID test probably the next week or two because I got to go to North Carolina for the new grandbaby. I can't wait. I got to take care of Kasima. I get her all to myself the whole time I'm there. But she's funny. She's a mama's girl, big time. There are 3 kinds of stress, and all 3 cause cortisol. So this is what Kasima did. Josh was watching Kasima while Shane went to get some tests done last week. And they got out of the bed. And he says to her, all right, Tink Tink, what do you want for breakfast? Well, he said good morning to her, and she said, where's Mommy? He went, Mommy will be home in a little while. We're going to go downstairs, get something to eat. She went, where's Mommy? Well, she'll be home in a little bit. Let's go eat. Down the stairs they go, goes to the fridge. And he goes, I think it was like cereal and eggs. He said, okay, which one do you want? Well, they got downstairs and she went to the door and she said, where's Mommy? I want Mommy. Where's Mommy? I want Mommy. And he was like, she's not here, baby. She'll be home soon. Because, Shane is always there. Nobody watches her. Shane is a hawk. Nobody keeps her kid. And then Josh says, do you want cereal or do you want eggs? And she went, I want Mommy. Josh said, yeah, I can't win with her. She doesn't want cereal and eggs. She wants Mommy. But so this is going to be interesting. Seema knows me. She tells Shane, Mommy, let's call Ninu. So they FaceTime me. She's like, hi, Ninu. And she shows me all her little cars and stuff. But so she knows me. And but it's going to be different because I'm going to be there and Mommy won't be there. So I don't know. We'll deal with it. It'll be fine. But she's going to have to adjust. Josh will be there in the evenings while Shane's in the hospital. But like when Shane comes home from the hospital and that baby's with her, Kasima's not going to leave her side. She's just not going to do it. But I'm there for Shane. If Shane just wants me to stay out of the room and just like do the dishes, do the laundry, keep things clean, walk the dog, whatever, that's what I'm there for. I'm there for whatever she wants me there for. And as long as she wants me there. And Doug's like, you can stay as long as you want. You want to stay a month, stay a month. You don't have anything to do here. You can go. You can go stay a week. I'll be back to pick you up. Just tell me when you want me to come pick you back up. We're obviously not going to be taking trains and shit right now, But so that should be interesting. I want Mommy. Where's Mommy? So cute. God, she's cute. She's so fucking cute. My little Tink Seema. She's 3. Isn't that crazy? She's already 3 years old. My grandbaby girl. And Shane's due on the 1st. So she did, she's 36 weeks right now. So I don't know. They'll probably take the baby early though, because of the situation with her preeclampsia. That is no game right there. No game. What have you been up to, Jeff? I am painting my nails. That's what I'm up to, because I never paint my nails, and I'm like, fuck it. I found these nail polishes, and when I was cleaning 2 days ago, when I forgot I had them, I have a mountain of nail polishes. Again, these nail polishes, I have a mountain of these things. They're in the back room, that huge bag full. And that's because somebody had a yard sale. It's been over a year and a half ago. And at the end of their yard sale, they threw everything on the side of the road in boxes. I mean, good shit. Books, picture frames, these nail polishes. And I got all that shit. It's perfectly fine. Hey, Matronista. Betting in the stock market and winning. Don't linger too long, because when they put a stop to it, because that Robinhood, that trading thing, they put a stop to it. Nokia, they're trying to work that one as well, and BlackBerry. Flying RC planes, really? Do you have a drone? Do you do the drone thing? Being retired. Oh. I never do my nails. Look how red that is against my pasty white corpsey skin. Look at these right here. Matronista, look at this. See this one here? And when it goes into the sun, it turns black. Changes to... Fuck, you can't see it. And this one is white. And when it goes into the sun, it's mauve. It's this color right here. Shit. There you go. Changes to this color in the sun. How neat is that? Really? Yeah, me and Doug were thinking about getting into it, but we don't have the money right now to spare. Our money's wrapped up in actually getting ahead so that we don't fall behind. I'm excited to start doing my scratch ticket videos again, do my streams. I can't wait to start doing them. It's going to have to wait until we get where we need to be. I'm not going to cut my own throat for that, I mean, I'll still go to the store and get me a $10 or a $20 ticket, or a 10 and a 5. Just scratch it in the car. But as far as like the streams I was doing, it's expensive. I am the one, me and Doug are the ones paying for it. And not that I mind. I mean, obviously it was my choice to do, but just wanted to say hi. I'm going to get something to eat. I had some that I got in Mexico. I always regretted not using it. Really? It's really neat. These are like brand new. If you want these, give me your address and I'll send them to you. These are like brand new. I don't really do nail polish, really. Yeah, these are like brand new. They are color. Oh, gosh. I got some red polish over there to put against my pasty white skin, too. Let me see. I'm trying to see what the brand is. I can't see. This one's called Don't Be Jaded. Don't Be Jaded. And this one is called Reckless. Anyway, if you want them, you know where you can send me an email or something and give me your address and I will send them to you. Because if not, they're just going to sit here and get dry. And I got this one. That's from Ulta. I like red or gold. I like gold. All right. Well, I know you're going to go get something to eat. So you go ahead and get something to eat. Just if you want these, let me know. And I'll go through them and see if I have any others. And I'll wrap them all up nice in a box or in like a bubble wrap thing and pat them real good and send them to you. I could lose every bit. $380 screwing over hedge funds. I got the money for free from 3D Systems anyway. Yeah. I mean, like if you start off and you've only invested like $20 and it just grows from there, you're out the $20. That's no love lost at all. But we wanted to dib in a little bit, but Doug said he's going to look at those day trader things, those penny stocks, which of course aren't just pennies, but still, yeah, I will be glad to send them to you. I'm sure I could get your address from one of the trolls, but I don't know your address. You can just send it to me yourself, or your P.O. box, or whatever it is you have. Ooh. Ooh. I am actually in the process of a project. I looked up on eBay and on Amazon for some journals, kind of like a journal, I guess. I don't know. It's a record keeper. It's a book to keep your records of all your internet sales. And the few that I was able to see, because they don't show you the layout, because I guess they're afraid you'll copy it and print them out. But the ones I was able to see, I day trade ELF stock a lot. I didn't like the layout, and it didn't give me everything I was looking for, like all the options I'm looking for my specific needs. So I wrote down a list of everything that I would need. What do I need in my journal? Well, first off, for my inventory stuff, it's going to be great. All I'm going to say is it's going to be on. It's going to be they're going to be printed on 3-ring binder sheets that can go in here. So at the end of each quarter, I can just pop them out, clip them together, and put them in an envelope and mark the dates. There's my records for that quarter. They're right there. And of course, highlight the profit, the purchase, everything, the fees, tax deductible stuff. I'll highlight in one color, and this isn't for me to sell or anything. This is just what I need for what I'm doing. The location of the item. Is it what shelf, which bin? Because I'm going to be selling a lot of small stuff, because I always do. I like to sell small things because they're easier to ship. They're easier to store, and space is limited. I live in a mobile home. So gold and red are the only colors I have. Yep, I have been doxxed. LOL just sent Mara my address tonight on Twitter, so she has it, but I will email you too. Bye, Corey. Jeff, good to see you both. Good night, Matronista. I'll be looking for it. But yeah, so I've got my own idea. I don't want it. Everything I've seen has been in a book, like just a book. I don't want a book. I want the binder so that I can do, like I said, your inventory sheets are your documents. Those are your records for your tax time. When tax time rolls around, you can easily flip right through and do your math and put it all down. And if you ever get the whole audit thing done, which I ain't worried about that, but if you were to get the audit done, I got all my documents right there. They're right there in all these envelopes. Just look at the dates. There they are. So I'm doing that. And I got a nice list here. It'll actually be like 2 books. One book will be a smaller size like this. This one will be record keeping. And when they're done, it'll be a binder that's smaller. And then the other one will be a book with sheets that are strictly for the financial part. But it's been keeping me occupied. It's given me something to do. And a lot of trial and error with the page design and how I want it to lay out. Plus, I'm doing the dry erase board, and it's going to have the chart the way I want it, so that each day as I'm doing stuff, as I'm cleaning stuff and photographing it and then putting it in the box and then sticking it in the bin on the shelf, it'll be written on the chart as it's going through everything. And at the end of the day, I can just clean it off. Next day, do it again, you know. But the Franklin, what are you talking about? I have a couple Franklins. But if it starts going well and I see where I need to tweak it, then I'll change it. You know, I'll just change it in the diagram and print more sheets out, you know, trial and error until I get it right. But I want to use it myself for a while before I ever even offer to give it to anybody. You know, like friends that I have that sell online and stuff, I'm not going to give it to anybody till I know it works for me. But like, I may need all the information, but not in the order I put it in. I might be like, you know, this should really be over here. And maybe that should be over there. Maybe we should eliminate this completely and put it on the other sheet, that kind of thing. So we'll have a listing book and then we'll have a financial results book. That's what it'll be. So, and they'll work together. And then I'm going to talk to my daughter's boyfriend about setting me up a computer program, because that's what he does. And that will work with it. You know, it'll work with what the sheets have, that I can keep a digital record as well, if I want to, you know. Now I'm going to have to Google Franklin. What are you talking about? And a few hardback blank stretch books. Sketchbooks. Oh, well, I got all kinds of books because of the boys, and I got this because I like doing floor plans for houses. That's just something fun I like to do. I used to do them all the time. I used to have books and books and books of these with different little ideas on floor plans, 2-story, 3-story, basement, first floor, second floor, all that shit. It was just fun to me. And it would have to be tweaked for it to actually work with construction and everything. But I always made sure that my load-bearing walls were where they were supposed to be. I was learning as I went. But it was just fun to me. Lost it all in the fire. Every single one of them. But shop the new holiday catalog for your organizational supplies for shipping available. See more accomplished and productive. Oh, feel more accomplished. Shop Franklin Planners quality product line. No, all of the ones I've looked at, I don't like them. This is for inventory. You know what I'm saying? These are like, was this a Franklin? No, this isn't a Franklin. I thought you were saying this was a Franklin. It's not. It says Siva. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So, yeah, this is, I don't need a planner. I need the inventory stuff. And I've looked at a couple of them that will let you see the sheets, and inventory management software, see, which would be fine, but I don't think it would work with the sheets that I'm going to do. But this is strictly for me. This is not for me to sell to anybody, or this is strictly for me because I'm getting ready to do this shit and I want it to be as efficient as possible. Small business inventory. See, I won't need anything like that. Some places they use the little SKUs, the little tags, and then you put down what the product is and then put it on the. No, I'm not doing all that. I don't have enough stuff to worry about all that. I can tell you one thing, me and Doug are really anxious to have we're really anxious to have enough product to need a huge garage, like a big building or even a warehouse. That would be awesome. That'll be years down the road, and only if I can stick to this. I get bored with shit way too easy. All right, well, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go get my shower. It's not hair washing night, thank goodness. And take care of business and watch some TV and go to bed. Get up tomorrow, make me some coffee, and try to stay motivated. But get my hair cut. It's there. The end of it's there. The end of it is it's there somewhere. But anyway, it's nice to see you, Jeff, and whoever else was here. Thanks for stopping in, and maybe I'll be back tomorrow night. I don't know. I guess we'll see. When I feel like socializing, I'll be back, and then we can socialize some more. All right. Good luck with your stocks, Jeff. Good night.